Hi kids! Today we will learn about active voice and passive voice. Kids, in the previous sections, we have already learned about the sentence and its components. That is, the subject, the verb, and the predicate. The subject is the one who is being talked about in the sentence, or he could be the doer of the action. The verb of the sentence tells us about the action taking place in the sentence. The predicate of a sentence contains the object. An object is the recipient of the action, that is, the person or thing on which the action is done upon. Now let's consider the following example. Joseph loves mangoes. In this sentence, the subject is Joseph, the verb is loves, and the object is mangoes. Now, you can see the order in which the components of the sentence are arranged. The subject takes up the first position, then the verb, and finally the object. The sentences arranged in this order are called active sentences. That is, the sentences in which the subject comes first and is followed by the verb and the object are active sentences. Now let's see the same sentence in another manner. Mangoes are loved by Joseph. In this sentence, the order of the subject and the object reverses itself. That is, the object comes in the first position and the subject goes in the final position. Such sentences are called passive sentences. You might want to ask, why and where do we use the passive instead of the active? Here's the answer. When we make an active sentence, the focus of the sentence lies on the subject and not on the object. For example, Joseph loves mangoes. Here, the subject, that is, Joseph, is the focus of the sentence. But when we use a passive sentence, we want to focus the object instead of subject. Let's revise it once again. In an active sentence, the subject is focused upon, and in a passive sentence, the object is focused upon. We use a passive sentence instead of an active sentence. In the following cases, also. 1. When we do not know who the subject is, or it is not important who the subject is. For example, someone robbed the bank. The bank was robbed. In this situation, we do not know about the identity of the robbers. That is why a passive sentence, that is, the bank was robbed, and not an active sentence, that is, someone robbed the bank, is used. 2. When it is obvious who the subject is, for example, the active sentence, the police caught the thief, is expressed as, the thief was caught. Here, it is understood that the thieves are caught by the police. That is why the thief is made the focus of the sentence and not the police. Because it is usually the police who catches criminals, it is their job. So, we have learned 2 cases in which passive sentences are used. First, when we do not know who the subject is or it is, not important who the subject is. Second, when it's obvious who the subject is, now let's take up some more examples. Maria is writing a letter. The passive of this sentence would be, a letter is being written by Maria. The boy kicked the ball. The passive of this sentence would be, the ball was kicked by the boy. The postman delivered the mail. The passive of this sentence would be, the mail was delivered by the postman. So kids, we have learned about active and passive sentences, their structure and their uses. Now you can go ahead and take a quiz to learn more. Bye-bye. Tutway has thousands of animated videos on math, English, and science to clear the core basics of these subjects.